Australia. This was a faith she embodied with her efforts to bring about meaningful and lasting reconciliation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australia.
The man charged with murdering Ballarat mother Samantha Murphy can now be identified as Patrick Stevenson after an interim suppression order was lifted. The 22-year-old is the son of former Geelong and Richmond player Oren Stevenson. Almost a dozen publications fought the suppression order at the Ballarat Magistrates Court today. Police will allege the accused, who is not known to the victim or her family, deliberately killed Mrs Murphy in the Mount Clare area on February 4. He'll reappear in court in August. A nationwide outage that took out phone and internet services for 14 hours has claimed another scalp. The managing director of networks at Optus has quit. His departure comes just months after Chief Executive Kelly Bayer Rosmarin bowed out. Federal Environment Minister Tanya Plibersek has spoken of the domestic violence experienced by her daughter during an event marking International Women's Day. The federal government has released new data showing 1 in 5 women have experienced sexual violence since the age of 15. Ms Plibersek says she decided not to contest the Labor leadership in 2019 so she could support her daughter.
When I knew Anna was going to have to go to court, I thought, that's it, I actually have to be around more for this. I didn't know how that would impact Anna, I didn't know how it would impact our family, but I knew for certain that I wanted to be there through it.
US President Joe Biden has delivered his State of the Union address to a joint session of Congress. He's given a strong message to US politicians, Ukraine and Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I say this to Congress, we have to stand up to Putin. History is watching. If the United States walks away, it will put Ukraine at risk. Europe is at risk. The free world will be at risk, emboldening others to do what they wish to do us harm. My message to President Putin, who I've known for a long time, is simple. We will not walk away.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
For high-definition sound at low Specsavers prices, visit specsavers.com.au/hearing.
To cricket, Australia is at the crease late on day 1 of the second test against New Zealand in Christchurch. We're 2 for 73 in the 25th over in reply to the home side's first innings of 162. Josh Hazlewood was the star with the ball, taking 5 wickets. Well, the Crows trained at Westlakes this morning. Taylor Walker was MIA due to back spasms. The AFL season continues tonight with Brisbane and Carlton. GWS will be looking to build on an impressive season last year when their 2024 campaign begins against Collingwood. The Giants' late-season run was brought to an end in the prelim final by the eventual premiers. GWS coach Adam Kingsley says his team has added some strings to its bow.
I think we need to keep moving forward and keep adding pieces to our game to keep trying to improve. So we're really mindful of that as a coaching group and a playing group.
That's sport. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Plimpton, smash and Marion Road and Anzac Highway causing a few delays. Slow activity at McGill 2, Penfold Road near Adelaide Street, down 40 k's at Medindy Gardens, Nottingham Terrace near Main North Road, and getting busy Brighton Road, Brighton. Everyone heading to the beach, clearly. Cameras, George Street, Parkside and Sheriff's Road, Morford Vale. Score a great deal on footy faves at BWS, like a case of Hahn Super Dry Lager bottles or cans for $52. Save 4. And Sunday, T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Book an appointment with a Specsavers audiology professional at specsavers.com.au/hearing.
Sunny this afternoon, mostly sunny tomorrow 40, staying hot on Sunday and Monday with tops of 38. Right now it's 36 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Braglis. Tonight, SA swelters through unseasonable heat. Temperatures above 35, 40 tomorrow. A drink driver, police say, was 7 times the legal limit. See her smash into a post office. The son of a former AFL player unmasked as the accused killer of a missing mother. And our most trusted brands. Who's made top of the list? 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Harvey Norman Furniture and Bedding floor stock clearance on now. Hurry in for big savings on selected floor stock fabric and leather lounges, dining room furniture, office desks and chairs, outdoor furniture, barbecues and more. Massive floor stock clearance on selected mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, pillows, quilt covers, cushions and more. All priced to clear. Race in for incredible deals on selected floor stock with quick delivery available. Now's the time to buy. Harvey Norman Furniture and Bedding floor stock clearance. Limited time only. Hurry.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app.
On DAB Digital Radio.
And on 1395 AM.
This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon and happy Friday. It's 7 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. Stacey Lee with you for afternoons, and we are broadcasting live from McLaren Vale from the Vale Restaurant and Bar for the Foodland International Women's Day long lunch. There are so many of these events happening right across the state today. I attended a breakfast this morning at Government House. Her Excellency was hosting, so there have been breakfasts, lunch, there'll be events tonight, and it's even being celebrated into next week because it's a really important day to pause and reflect on the people in your life, the women in your life doing great things, but also the women around the world doing great things. And that's kind of what I'm asking you today. 8223 0000 is the number. Give me a call and let me know who you'd like to invite to dinner. If there was one woman you could pick to take to dinner, who would it be? You don't need to know them. They don't need to be someone that necessarily inspires you or someone that you agree with their politics. Maybe it's just someone you are really interested in talking to. Maybe you'd like to have a bit of a debate with them. I don't know. Let me know. 8223 0000. I should also say we're live on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream as well. So jump on there and check out the setup we have here at the McLaren Vale, the Vale Restaurant and Bar. I'm getting so many of your texts today. So many of you suggesting people you'd like to have to dinner. Jason has sent a really beautiful text. He'd like to have dinner with his mum, Elaine. She passed away from breast cancer when she was 43. Jason says he'd love to tell her how much I miss her and love her, as I was not the best son back in the day. I miss her so much. Oh, Jason, really thinking of you today and sending you so much love and positive thoughts. And I hope that on a day like today you can remember your mum. And I'm glad that we could help you do that. So thank you for your message. Someone else says, this is from Shane. He says, I'm a male, but I'd love to have Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, Goldie Hawn, and me too. Oh my God, Shane, I'd love to be at that dinner. Goldie Hawn for laughs, of course. That sounds great. My calendar's going to be full back-to-back appointments. Here I am. All right, it is 9 minutes past 3 here on 5AA, and just because we're doing an outside broadcast, it doesn't mean we throw the whole show out. It's time for one of your Friday favourites.
Welcome to Foodie Friday, thanks to Smeg and Parafield Airport Liquor.
That's right, Foodie Friday is still here, even though we are in McLaren Vale. And joining me today is Erin Harkness. She's the venue manager here at the Vale Restaurant and Bar. Erin, thanks so much for coming down.
Thanks for having me, Stacey. How are you?
Yeah, good. I know you've been flat out today, just, doing a casual lunch for 100 people inside. So thank you for taking the time to come and talk to me as well. Before we talk about the venue here, we've got Rosemary on the phone from Blakeview, and I want to bring Rosemary in. Rosemary, you've got some thoughts on International Women's Day? Oh, I think we've got a bit of an issue with the line there. We'll get back to you, Rosemary. We'll try and connect again and we'll get back to you. But Erin, tell us about the Vale Restaurant and Bar, because it's quite a new venue. I was here about a year ago for a family lunch. It's such a stunning setting. But when we were here, it was still very new, so it's quite young.
Yeah, just over a year old, so still a little bit fresh. Still working little things in nooks and crannies out and stuff like that. We've just recently had a little bit of a rebrand from Vale Tap House to Vale Restaurant and Bar, or Vale Brewing Restaurant and Bar. I know it's hard to get the word out. I keep getting confused with the wording. Yeah, I know. We all do it. We have to stop ourselves from saying it. No, but we've had a little bit of a rebrand, moving towards sort of a more premium fine dining experience for our customers. Still loud and fun, having parties on the weekends and obviously big functions like this, but yeah, sort of trying to refine and tune, get that service standard up to where Chef John Rankin's got our kitchen too. So yeah, super excited for the future for that as well.
Because if you jump on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream, you might be able to see a little bit of the Vale in the background, but there is this beautiful long green lush grassed area out the front of the venue. And when I was here, you've got kids games, activities, those big Connect 4, the what's the game called where you throw the sack in the hole, the
hacky sack.
Is it that? I think
so.
it's got a fancy name
I'm
these
not
days.
sure.
Someone will know. 0448 08 13 95. What's the game where you throw the sack in the hole on the little wooden board?
Yeah, we got all the umbrellas out and some lawn furniture. On the weekends we'll put some snakes and ladders and some horseshoes out, a little bit of Jenga and stuff. Let the kids have a little bit of play. Not sure about winter though, what we're going to do, but we'll have to have a think.
This is the beauty of McLaren Vale. You'll just get a nice little fire going, some beautiful reds.
Absolutely.
I mean, South Australians, we're so
the place
lucky.
for it.
Yeah. Okay, now tell us about the venue, because it's female led. You, of course, venue manager being a woman. You've also got women behind the scenes running the joint.
Yeah, so I just recently took over in the last sort of 2 months. We've got our state manager, Sam Gaylor. She's an absolute weapon in the industry as well, really leading us from the front. With her, we've got Alyssa. She's our events coordinator. Alyssa's been on scene today. She's been in touch with all the Foodland organisers, has really headed this event today as well. Our estate is majority led by women in our staffing teams as well. Not heaps of men on site, which is, diversity is good, but we love to see all the girls coming through and stepping up in the hospitality industry. It's a funny industry to sort of try and put your foot in. A little bit more welcoming than the kitchen, of course, I find, but still a lot of women being held back and, potential maybe not being recognised as quickly as your male counterparts on the scene as well. But yeah, looking super forward to this year and seeing what the group of us as strong women together can do for the estate.
It's 14 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. Still getting messages from you. I'm loving reading them. Someone on the text line says, I'd love to have dinner with Kylie Minogue. Someone down here, Aussie one would be Annabelle Crabb. This person, Catherine Hepburn, her famous quotes, good girls go to heaven, bad girls go everywhere. If you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. I love her sense of fun. That does sound fun, doesn't it? I love it. Keep them coming. 0448 08 13 95. Or you can give me a call, 8223 0000. Let's go to Rosemary from Blakeview. Hello, Rosemary.
Hi there. You're going to think this is an odd one, but I would really like to meet Gina Reinhardt.
Ah, okay. Why would that be odd? I don't think that's odd. Australia's richest woman.
Well, it's not to do with her money. I saw, when she was going through a couple of tough times years ago, I saw a couple of documentaries, and I really liked her, and I thought, and she's a very strong woman, and I was impressed. I was impressed by her, not her money, but about herself, her strength and what she went through and how she coped with it. I just thought she was. I still like her.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That's not strange at all. I really appreciate your views, Rosemary. Why don't you stay on the phone? We'll give you some tickets to the Jungle Book.
Good afternoon,
I've got a double
I'm Kendall
pass.
Brettig.
Jungle Book Reimagined as part of Adelaide Festival. I think we just had Kendall Brettig there. I think she tried to interrupt us. That's all right, Kenny. It's International Women's Day. You can do what you want, Kendall. Rosemary, stay on the phone. I'd love to give you a double pass to the Jungle Book Reimagined. Jono will get your details.
No, I can't go. I'm too old. I can't go. So,
Okay.
So give them to someone else.
Okay, we'll make sure they go to a good home. No worries, Rosemary. Thank you for the call. It is 16 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. We're in the middle of Foodie Friday. Stay with us after this. I'll be bringing you some food from McLaren Vale and some drinks to match.
So what were you saying about battery-powered garden tools over petrol ones?
They're often lighter, less noisy, and some battery-powered tools give the petrol ones a run for their money now.
Oh, and Stanford's got battery-powered mowers.
Heaps. And trimmers, blowers.
So why haven't you replaced the old petrol ones?
I'd never remember to charge them. What's that?
This? Oh, just a little battery rotation chart I made. What colours do they come in?
You're the best, hon.
Stanford Mowers, 590 Main North Road, Jepps Cross. stanfordmowers.com.au.
Thinking about retirement? Australian Super is with you. Just like we've always supported Magesh.
It was really important to know
that I was being looked after.
As Australia's most trusted fund, whatever your path to retirement, we're with you. Visit australiansuper.com/yourpath. Reader's Digest Most Trusted Super Brand 2023. Read the PDS and TMD at australiansuper.com.
Houston, I'm observing a light anomaly in the southern hemisphere. Over.
Stand by. That's the Adelaide Fringe. Cabaret, circus, comedy, music, theatre, 500 venues, 6,000 artists and counting. Over.
Houston, requesting a course correction to attend the Adelaide Fringe. Over.
We concur with the logic. Booking tickets now. Adelaide Fringe, February 16 to March 17. We are go.
Things are about to get even more exciting at Cherry Glen Osmond with the arrival of the Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro. The Tiggo is a step up in size, engine performance and luxury. A full-sized family SUV featuring a panoramic sunroof, heated and ventilated seats, twin 12-inch displays, CarPlay, 360-degree camera and so much more, including high-tech safety, and all from $39,990 drive away from Cherry Glen Osmond. Go beyond with the Tiggo 7 Pro. Book a test drive at gocherry.com.au.
Getting off the couch, stepping out with new friends, hiking up a hill, or walking around the block. When you choose walking, every step is a victory. Because wherever you're going, walking wins. It doesn't matter how or when or where you do it, for a healthy mind, body and heart, walking wins. Discover more ways to win at walking with the Heart Foundation. Go to walking.org.au.
Want to rev up your energy levels without energy drinks or carb-heavy snack bars? Do you care about the health of your heart? Caruso's Vitamin K2 plus Ubiquinol to the rescue. Caruso's Vitamin K2 plus Ubiquinol is a game-changing formula with powerhouse nutrients to support energy production, maintain your energy levels, and maintain the health of your heart. Rev up your energy and get more out of your day with Caruso's Vitamin K2 plus Ubiquinol. Available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
19 minutes past 3 here on 5AA live on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream, and you want to jump on because we're talking food very soon. But we are celebrating International Women's Day here on 5AA, and I want to talk to you about who you would have over for dinner. What woman, any woman in the world, doesn't have to be someone you know, who would you like to invite to dinner? Let's go to Faye in Windsor Gardens. Hello, Faye.
Well, if I had my way, I've got more than one, that's for sure. I've got Nat Cook, Julia Gillard, your good self, and Tammy Franks. And you all are everyday people. You know, you're not beyond yourselves. You tell it like it is. And the other two things I just wanted to say, parliamentary wages, disgraceful and unfair, absolutely disgusting, and suggestions for women's International Women's Day in the future in there. I would have thought that all the women can take over the shows for the day, like your management in there could say to the guys give them notice for a day or two, okay boys, we're going to have a day off this day because it's International Women's Day. Why not?
I wish. Yeah, how would you feel about that, Erin? That'd be
great.
Faye, just on that, something funny, a little story for you. Somewhere I used to work one year, they were celebrating International Women's Day, and they said, all right, well, we want it to be female forward, I think was the term. So we want all the women front and centre of the business, but what that meant was the men got the day off because they weren't needed anymore, and then it kind of backflipped, and all the women went, hold on, so we're now doing more work on International Women's Day. We get the intent, but it means the men are having the day off. That's kind of not what it's meant to be.
Defeats the purpose.
It does, doesn't it? I bet you a man came up with that idea. What do you think, Faye?
Anyway, have a nice day. And
thank you for the call.
International Women's Day, all of you.
And to you, Faye. Thank you so much for the call.
Cheers now.
We'll be talking food very soon down here in McLaren Vale, and we've got Glenn from Glenelg North on the phone. Hi, Glenn.
Oh, hi. How are you going?
Good.
I love food, and obviously I think Carole King and Jennifer O'Neill are very nice people. but that's just on the women's side of things. But you probably wouldn't know one of those people. But
No, I know Carole King.
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
She was from the summer of '69. Yeah, a coming of an event thing for young men like me when I was growing up as a child. Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks so much for the call, Glenn. Really appreciate it. That's Glenn in Glenelg North. 8223 0000. I want to know a woman you'd love to have to dinner to celebrate International Women's Day today. Erin Harkness is joining me. She's the venue manager here at the Vale Restaurant and Bar. And Erin, we're in the midst of Foodie Friday, thanks to Smeg and Pals. And you and your staff have brought out this beautiful platter sitting in front of me. It is making me hungry. Jump on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream to have a look. So this is one of the beautiful meals you have on offer here at the restaurant and bar. And tell me about all the seafood on here. I can see oysters, I can see pippies. Is that crab? Octopus? Prawns?
Yeah. So we've got our brand new ocean plate here. We've got our Coffin Bay oysters, classic, SA classic, can never go wrong with Coffin Bay oysters. Our Spencer Gulf king prawns, some SA blue swimmer crab with a little bit of salmon roe in there, nicely presented on the top. Our pippies from Gulwa, some mussels from Kinkawuka, and I think we've got a little 23rd Street signature gin and finger lime granita there to go with the oysters as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
That's one of our chef's little signature moves there.
Yeah, well, and that's a perfect segue because Parafield Airport Liquor has the perfect partner for every dish, and they've chosen a couple of drinks to accompany your SA-focused seafood ocean plate here at McLaren Vale Restaurant and Bar. So when I told the boys at Pals, Jamie and Sam, that we were coming down here, they said, we know exactly what we have to do because 23rd Street Distillery is one of the gins that you stock here. So they have the 23rd Street gins, Tropical, Red Citrus, Violet and Signature Gin on sale this week until Sunday the 10th. So this weekend, usually it's $80 a bottle, but the FIVEAA special is $69.99. So get it for $70, $10 discount. So that's to celebrate International Women's Day. They're putting their 23rd Street gins on special. The tropical one I am obsessed with. I have that one at home myself. Those tropical notes are just beautiful.
So yum.
Yeah, I know. And you've made a little gin cocktail here. Which gin's this using?
So this is our 23rd Street Red Citrus Gin, using some Caracara Navels and some Riverland oranges.
What's Caracara Navels?
Caracara Navels is a type of orange.
Oh, okay.
I'm not exactly sure where it's from,
No,
where Caracara may be, or if it's the type. But probably might need a little bit of a stir soon. But yeah, sort of basing off
beautiful.
of a little
So fresh
gin spritz sort of thing. You've got a little house-made orange and vanilla oleo saccharum, or sugar syrup is a better word for it.
Yep.
In there, as well as some kaffir lime, little bit of our Press and Bloom Prosecco, and topped with some Bickford's soda water.
Oh,
yeah.
Another good South Australian company,
Yep.
Bickford's. We love that. All of these gins from 23rd Street Distillery are great in cocktails or a G&T, and the best thing about enjoying them is you're supporting South Australia. The boys from Pals, of course, they think of everything as well because we're here at the McLaren Vale Restaurant and Bar. You mentioned earlier it used to be called the Vale Tap House because Vale Brewing is a South Australian beer brewery.
Yep.
So they've made that correlation. And they also have one of the Vale Brewing Pale Ales on special this weekend as well. So it's usually $65 a carton for the carton of Pale Ale from Vale Brewing, or $22 for a 6-pack. It's on special, $60 a carton or $18 for the 6-pack. What better way to celebrate a long weekend than with some great South Australian beer? These are refreshing as they come. A few warm days across the weekend, 40 degrees tomorrow. What will cool you down better than a Pale Ale?
Absolutely. Pale Ale right here.
Only other thing would be a G&T with 23rd Street. So that's what I'm doing right now. This is delicious. I think I've spilt it on the microphone. Someone's going to kill me from the tech department. That's okay. They're not looking. All good. Well, Erin, really appreciate your time today. Before I let you go, I just want to ask you, is there someone that you'd like to invite to dinner?
A big one would be my mum. I definitely don't tell her enough how much she means to me. I feel like she always could use a little bit more appreciation, as all mums could.
Yeah.
And then my other one would be Sharon Osbourne, just for a bit of fun, I think.
I love that. How did she manage to put up with Aussie?
Who knows?
Yeah. I like that one. That's fun. And yes, shout out to all the mums. I think we should all give our mum a phone call this weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you. That's really special. Erin Harkness, venue manager here at the Vale Restaurant and Bar.
Thanks so much,
you.
Stacey.
It is 27 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. 2 more inspiring women coming up. I need to introduce you to them. They've got amazing stories to share. And also, I've got more tickets to give away, a double pass to the Jungle Book and a double pass to 80s Ladies to help celebrate International Women's Day as well.
Specsaver's advanced hearing aid technology helps cut through the background noise, available in almost 300 stores, along with experienced audiology professionals like Catherine Launchberry.
Hi, Matthew. Yes, our hearing aids can also stream music, movies, even answer the phone. We've got latest tech hearing aids to suit your lifestyle, all at everyday low prices.
And how do we know which one's the right, Catherine?
Well, hearing aids come in various shapes and sizes, and the cost is determined by the level of technology used. Specsaver's audiology professionals are always here to help, with 12 months aftercare at no extra cost and a 90-day no-fuss returns policy. Plus, those eligible for the Government Hearing Services program can access hearing aids with no out-of-pocket expense. We encourage customers to shop around and compare with our upfront prices.
Sounds great. Thanks, Catherine. Head in store or visit specsavers.com.au/hearing. Always follow directions for use. Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Australia's largest indoor caravan showroom now has even more to explore. Come into Dave Benson Caravans to see the new range of Victory caravans, plus a huge selection of Essential, Highline, Network RV and Cub campers with new features and layouts. We have over 100 new and pre-loved vans and campers, all undercover and all ready for immediate delivery, so you can enjoy your next getaway straight away. See what's available at Dave Benson Caravans, 64 Grand Junction Road, Kilburn, or online at davebensoncaravans.com.au.
The sun takes its toll on everything, but cover things up and they last longer. Well, the same goes for you. 2 in 3 Aussies will be diagnosed with skin cancer, which kills twice as many men as women. So check the UV every day, then slip on a shirt, slop on some sunscreen, slap on a hat, seek some shade, and slide on your sunnies. Download the SunSmart app today and stay SunSmart. A message from Cancer Council SA and the Government of South Australia.
Hearing Australia's Hearing the Nation tour is coming to Adelaide, delivering free hearing checks for adults. Search Hearing the Nation for more.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. A statewide code red has been activated as the state braces for scorching temperatures this long weekend. The Prime Minister and singer-songwriter Paul Kelly attended Dr. Luitja O'Donoghue's state funeral in North Adelaide today. US President Joe Biden has delivered his State of the Union address. And in sport, Alistair Clarkson has been handed a $20,000 fine and a suspended 2-game ban for his verbal tirade last weekend. The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, mostly sunny tomorrow, hot and 40. Right now, it's 37. We'll have more news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
Hi, I'm Tim Angove from Supercraft Bedding. We're a small batch manufacturer of high quality mattresses. We decided to advertise on 5AA. Whilst discovering and chatting about our journey and our history, it was mentioned to us how cool it was that we'd made a mattress for the Queen. We never thought of exploiting it, but Creative really wanted to bring that to front of mind. It certainly brought us a lot of sales, but also a few giggles along the way. When people were commenting and quoting our ads, we knew that it was 5AA that were really assisting our sales. I highly recommend small businesses, especially, to get in with 5AA. They're very much South Australian, just like us.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
Always relevant. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon. It is 28 minutes to 4 here on 5AA, live from the McLaren Vale, the Vale Restaurant and Bar. I keep stumbling on that name this afternoon for some reason. It is the easiest. It's the easiest name in the world for the Foodland Supermarkets International Women's Day long lunch. So many events happening across the state and the country today to celebrate International Women's Day, and it is so important that we do pause to celebrate days like this because, at times, it's not easy to digest the news about women and gender and equality. Last week, we had the WGEA reporting around the gender pay gap, 12% pay gap we still have in Australia. That increases to 19% when you take into account bonuses and superannuation. So there is still a way to go, but these days are really important to pause and reflect and celebrate the amazing work that women in our community are doing, and that is exactly what we are doing here on 5AA. I still have tickets to give away as well. I still have a double pass to the Jungle Book Reimagined. This is at Adelaide Festival Theatre next weekend. And I have a double pass to 80s Ladies Fringe Show next Tuesday night. This is celebrating the women of the 80s, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, Whitney. If you want to get along to 80s Ladies, give me a call and let me know, who would you like to take to dinner? Is there a woman that you would love to invite to dinner? I have a text message here from M in McLaren Flat. He says, or she says, they say, please mention the incredible and historic winery that the Vale Hotel around shares beautiful grass area with great wines too. The late Elaine Hardy was an amazing person. I'd love to have a chat with her. First Australian woman to receive is that an OAM for her service to the Australian wine industry? Yes, Elaine Hardy would be amazing, M. And someone else here says, Putin and Trump. Well, neither of them are women. I also won't read the second part of your message, Tom. You want to ask them both about how much they've beeped up the world. They're your thoughts, Tom. There you go. 0448 08 1395 is the number to send a text or call me on 8223 0000. Let's go to Kathy in Theberton. Hello, Kathy.
Hi, how you going?
Good. Who would you like to have to dinner?
I think Mother Teresa. How much work did she to everybody?
Yeah. The amount of work she did giving back. Oh, she'd
Exactly.
be a great chat.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a great one, Kathy. Kathy, I'll give you tickets to the Jungle Book. Thank you for joining the conversation. Stay on the phone. Jono will get your details.
Thanks.
The Jungle Book is part of Adelaide Festival's must-see Jungle Book Reimagined, 15th to the 16th of March at the Festival Theatre. Buy tickets online now. 26 minutes to 4 here on 5AA, and I've got two inspiring women here with me. If you're on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream, check it out. I've got Joyce Chiravalo. She's a fourth-gen producer at Chiravalo Orchards. Thank you, Joyce, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I've got to turn your microphone on. Sorry, I'm getting taken away.
We're all excited.
There you go. Now I can hear you. I've also got Danielle Watts, General Manager of Marketing at Foodland Supermarkets. Thank you, Danielle.
No worries, Stacey. Glad to be here.
And today has been such a beautiful day celebrating lunch with Foodland's women in business, suppliers, retailers, producers like yourself, Joyce. We've got women who work on the shop floor. We've got women who work in the executive. We've got women who work in the back room. Why is it important for Foodland to do events like this?
I think retail has been...
I'm sorry, I'm just going to move that. There you go.
I think retail's been such a male-dominated industry traditionally for hundreds and hundreds of years. So it's really wonderful to see the number of women coming into the business, that we're not just being kept as in the back room. We are at the forefront. We're not the traditional old school checkout chicks, which was my first job in the 90s, but we are running supermarkets. We have female supermarket owners. Vicky Love out in Maitland is one of our fabulous female owners. It's important to see the growth in the industry and that women have that share of voice.
Now, Franklin, the General Manager, Franklin Dos Santos from Foodland Supermarkets, gave a speech earlier today. Foodland's been around for 60 years in South Australia, and he said, and look, we've only been celebrating International Women's Day. We've only been doing these events for 4 years. And he said, look, that's a bit of a miss on our part, but we are making up for it, and we're going to be celebrating it into the future. And I thought that was quite refreshing and raw to hear a leader like Franklin saying that, to acknowledge that.
Yeah, definitely. We've only been celebrating it as a above the line sort of luncheon over the last 4 years. Foodland really places a very high regard on our pillars that we have, our Sustainable 7 pillars, but one of those is inclusion and diversity within the workforce, not only females in the workforce and bringing them to the forefront, but right throughout. So it doesn't matter if it's gender or race. It's not important. It's about your skill set and how you can improve the business, which is really important. And it's pleasing to see a CEO that puts his money where his mouth is. He's involving more and more women. The 2.5 years I've been with Foodland, he's certainly shaped the business. We've had a bit of a changing of the guard. The grocery buyers have gone from older gentlemen who have reached retirement age, who've been in the industry for 40 plus years, and we're seeing this new breath of fresh air with women coming into the workforce, returning to the workforce after motherhood, and taking our business to the future, which is fantastic.
And as you mentioned, right through to the production line, to people on the shop floor,
100%.
to suppliers and wholesalers and producers like yourself, Joyce. Tell us a little bit about Chiravalo Orchards.
So at Chiravalo Orchards, we're the 4th generation in a horticultural family business. We grow apples, pears, cherries and strawberries, and we have a huge sustainability focus which manifests itself in our Ashton Valley Fresh juice business and in some of the work we've done with Foodland in Peculiar Picks.
Oh, the Peculiar Picks. I love the Peculiar Picks. So if you haven't seen them, definitely check them out at your local Foodland. These are the, I don't know how to describe it, like the carrots that have 4 arms. The carrots that aren't really on the shelf with the other pretty carrots. They're like the Cinderella of the carrots.
The funky carrots.
We call them quirky on the outside,
Yes.
but delicious on the inside.
So why was Peculiar Picks? This was an incentive that you and your brother brought in when you sort of stepped up at Chiravalo Orchards, or?
Very much collaborative effort with Foodland. We're all really committed to minimising food waste and putting as much as we can that's sellable on the supermarket shelf. So people have choice, because that's what Foodland believe in. They believe in giving people choice and not telling people how to shop. So we came up with this idea. We come up with this second kind of grade range, funky range. It's not quite perfect, still tastes amazing. And Foodland said to us, well, why don't you design it? And I was like, that's amazing. That's what we want to do. We love this stuff. We love branding. We love all of it. So with our in-house team, which is majoritarily female in our design team, we came up with some concepts, and Foodland helped us launch apples and pears, and then the range has grown from there.
Yeah, so what's included now?
So I think we launched about 18 months ago. So we now have everything from apples and pears, a couple of different varieties, right through to avocados, mangoes. We have cherries, we have strawberries, we have plums, nectarines, lemons, oranges. We've got about 30 ranges through 30 different varieties across the entire range. And it really, as Joyce said, it's helping our suppliers and our producers with that second grade fruit that in the past would have either gone straight into juicing or would have gone into landfill. So we have a very big focus on whole of crop strategy. So we take the beautiful, perfect strawberries, and they look gorgeous at Christmas time, those big glamour strawberries, and then we take the not so cute strawberries and package them up as Peculiar Picks. So it really helps the producers across the entire crop.
So is that something Foodland does, packages them up, or do they come to you?
We work with the producers, and we have packaging. A lot of our producers have their own packaging line. The Chiravalo team have a massive packaging line out at Lenswood, which is wonderful to see. Where they, it's great to work with great South Australian employers as well. So it's really that whole of crop strategy. So the top class fruit goes straight to the shelf, which is fantastic. The middle class fruit goes at a lower price point, and then Peculiar Picks hits that price point. It's a little bit quirky looking, but it's still very delicious.
Yeah, and that's a big focus that you have as well on sustainability, Joyce, with Ashton Valley Juices as well.
Yeah, so Joseph and I came into the business in 2014.
Joseph's your brother?
Joseph's my brother, yes. Yes, not my husband. Many people get confused. It's very awkward.
That's awkward.
Yeah, we don't do that. Or joke about it.
No.
So we came into the business and we saw this massive opportunity to be at the cutting edge of sustainability. We really grew up in that primary school reduce, reuse, recycle kind of generation. And we saw so many opportunities for ensuring that we maximised efficiencies, which is great for your bottom line as well as great for the environment. And once we started implementing all these strategies, things started coming together. And sustainability is really the hill that we're going to die on, Joseph and I, to be honest. Like, we love it. We're passionate about it. Any way we can find to do more with stuff that's not valued, that's what we want to do.
It's so important, I think.
Is.
And as well, you know, we're learning.
We are learning.
We're learning.
We don't always get it right.
No. But I think more and more you see in businesses sustainability become a thing. People want to be leaving the correct footprint on the environment. They want to be doing the right thing by their employees. They want to be, you know, holistically sustainable.
And I think as farmers as well, we have this unique connection to the land. And we want to leave it in a better state than what we were gifted it. Because it doesn't belong to us in future generations. It belongs to our kids and their kids. And yeah, that's what you want. You want to leave it in better condition than what you found it.
Yeah. It is 18 minutes to 4 here on 5AA, live at the Vale Restaurant and Bar in McLaren Vale for International Women's Day at the Foodland Supermarket's long lunch. I'm asking you this afternoon, who would you like to have to dinner? Is there a woman anywhere in the world, you don't need to know them, that you'd love to have to dinner to celebrate International Women's Day? Eddie from Valley View has given us a call on 8223 0000. Hello, Eddie.
Hey, Stacey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, so I said to God, I'd love to win that prize. And I said, I would take my wife. I think my girlfriend was upset, but anyway, being over 70 and that, it'd be great. I love it.
Oh, okay, Eddie. You got to. Who are you taking to dinner? Is it your wife that you'd like to take to dinner?
Yeah, it's not my girlfriend. It'll be my wife.
Yeah, leave the girlfriend at home. You'll take the wife?
Definitely.
All right, Eddie, I know what you're doing. The tickets are yours. I'm feeling generous today. I'll give you the tickets.
Oh, terrific. Thanks.
I hope you and your wife have a great night. 80s Ladies next Tuesday. Chloe Castledine and the cast band were generous enough to give us a double pass.
48 years. Coming up to 48 years on the 26th of March.
48 years. Wow. Oh, well, what a great night out to celebrate.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, terrific.
Enjoy it, Eddie. Stay on the phone. We'll get your details, and we need your email address so we can get those tickets out to you. That's Eddie in Valley View. That was... I don't think he actually told me who he wanted to take to dinner, but I think his wife's a good enough answer. That's okay. Celebrating 48 years, that'll do. Stay with us. 8223 0000 is the number to call. Let me know what woman you'd love to have to dinner, and I want to ask both of you when we get back.
Fall in love or lust with this new version of Matador, a fast-paced, deliciously dangerous and tantalizing fusion of dance, circus and burlesque with so much heart, featuring the iconic Matador moments, exploring love, friendship and passion through dance and burlesque. This high-intensity, fiery affair will leave you breathless and wanting more. Don't miss Matador at Gluttony. Book now at fringetix.com.au.
Around 2,300 Australian children live with childhood dementia. But where there's hardship, there's local legends hard at work. Little Heroes Foundation is dedicated to finding treatments and, in time, a cure for childhood dementia. They're teaming up with High Fresh Salads so you too can make a difference. Purchase any High Fresh Salads products with the Little Heroes Foundation logo, and a portion of the proceeds support children living with dementia. Find High Fresh Salads at your local independent supermarket and greengrocer.
When you want a retractable door screen, you want uninterrupted views and natural ventilation combined with protection from insects. You want Phantom Screens. Our custom-made retractable door screens can be colour matched to your existing decor and span up to 7 metres wide. And they disappear out of sight when not in use. A screen that's there 1 minute, gone the next. From the hills to the coast and everywhere in between, let the fresh air in with Phantom Screens. Get inspired online at phantomscreens.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. Laxmi's Indian Restaurant was recently awarded Best Indian Restaurant in South Australia. Open every day for lunch and dinner. Laxmi's Tandoori Restaurant, 295 Glen Osmond Road. Fall in love or lust with Matador Intimo, a fast-paced, deliciously dangerous and tantalising fusion of dance, circus and burlesque with so much heart. Don't miss Matador Intimo Ultimo at Gluttony. Book now at adelaidefringe.com.au. Purchase high fresh salads with the Little Heroes Foundation logo and part proceeds support children living with dementia. 5AA, supporting local business.
Some Austrac campers come with smart TVs, so you can still go away camping and not miss your favourite streaming episode. Oh, Ma! I knew he was going to cheat on her.
Austrac campus.
We're for the adventures, because every getaway, you secure the bikes to the tow bar, pack the boot like a game of Tetris, and listen to the kids ask, "Are we there yet?" for the 100th time. You support quality family time, and we support you. Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi. Right now, you're good to go adventuring with a $2,000 fuel card on all 2023 build Triton and Pajero Sport models. Wayville and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors. Family time runs in our blood too. T's and C's apply.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
13 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. We are at the Vale Restaurant and Bar for Foodland Supermarket's International Women's Day lunch, celebrating this International Day, the women in your life that do amazing things. It's a day to pause and reflect and celebrate them. And we're talking about the women that you would like to take to dinner. So give me a call, 8223 0000, and let me know who you'd like to take to dinner. I'm sitting here in this beautiful McLaren Vale weather, drinking a lovely little spritz that Erin, the venue manager, brought me earlier. That was part of Foodie Friday. Thanks to Smeg and Powell's. Building or renovating, your first choice should be visiting the Smeg showroom at Debney Distributors, and you can taste the difference with Smeg and also Powell's, the home of all of Australia's great wines and, great gins too. Just had to do a double check there. 0448 08 13 95 is the number to send me a text. Someone here, Jody, says, I would love to host Olivia Newton-John and Michelle Pfeiffer. One's in Greece, the other's in Greece too. Both beautiful, interesting and wonderful human beings. Jody, that is an excellent contribution. I've got Danielle Watts, the General Manager of Marketing at Foodland Supermarkets with me, and Joyce Chiravalo, 4th Gen producer at Chiravalo Orchards. Ladies, who would you like to have to dinner? Joyce, I'll start with you.
So for me, it has to be Julie Bishop. She grew up around the corner from me in the Adelaide Hills. Her family are also orchardists. She's done some amazing glass ceiling breaking things, and she is just such a poised woman. She does not come back now and slag off her previous, people in politics.
Yes,
and I think,
it's rare.
I know that level of poise is really something beautiful. I'd have so many questions.
Danielle, what about yourself?
Mine's a little bit left field. I think I'd probably say I love travelling, so I would probably say someone like Amelia Earhart, who was the first to cross the, I'm going to say Pacific, which might be wrong, could be the Atlantic, one of the seas.
She was an explorer,
She was an
great
explorer in the 1920s, and it would be amazing to. She would have definitely had to crack the glass ceiling in that flying era and in such early days. So exciting.
She would absolutely have flown through that glass ceiling, I think.
Would have.
You like that? There you go. We've got Brett from Hillbank on the phone. Hello, Brett.
Yeah, g'day, Stacey. How you going? I would have to resurrect her, but Jackie Kennedy would be an absolute master to sit down with her for an hour over dinner and have a chat to her about, not only was she a wonderful woman, but all of the things that she had to go through in her life, and all the conspiracies and all the rest of it surrounding her husband's death. That would be just remarkable to sit down and have a chat with her.
So much class as well. That is a great contribution, Brett. Thank you very much for the call. 8223 0000 is the number to join the conversation. Joyce, before I let you go, I wanted to talk about something that Danielle, you touched on earlier, working in a field that's quite male-dominated. I think I'm one of the rare people that works in an industry where there are a lot of women. But I can imagine being a producer and an orchardist, quite male-dominated.
A little bit.
Many women.
A little bit. It's usually not a bother. I guess, I've grown up in that environment, so it feels quite normal to me. And there are a lot of things that feel quite normal that probably shouldn't. I'm just going to tell a story. Is that okay?
Please. Yeah.
An example of which is with some other great producers, we together built the facility that's Lot 100, and I was kind of the lead on the project from our end.
So Lot 100 is a venue, a winery, distillery sort of place in the hills.
In the hills.
Yep,
It's
Adelaide
pretty.
Hills. It's
I hope
beautiful.
everybody likes it. It's pretty.
It is beautiful.
And during the process, I got pregnant with my first daughter very deliberately. And, you know, these are good things.
Yes.
And they set the launch date of Lot 100 on the same day that I was having a planned cesarean section.
Who said it?
The other lovely gentleman that I worked with. It just actually honestly didn't even cross their minds. So it was actually quite disappointing. It was pretty difficult. Like, it wasn't deliberate or anything. It just didn't cross their minds. Like, I was pregnant. I was having a baby. Maybe let's ask her when she's having the baby.
Yeah, they would have. I mean, you're right. It's not deliberate. And sometimes we love them. But
We do.
sometimes men just don't think the way, the forethought, the foresight that maybe women have.
I mean, it would be a conversation you would have with your other female partners. Be like, is anyone like having a baby, going on a holiday, whatever? Let's pick a date.
Yep, let's pick a date. No, they booked it in. Okay, and so I'm assuming you didn't make it.
I did not. So my beautiful project and my baby girl were born pretty much at the same time on the same day. So I will never forget the opening date of our project Lot 100.
Well, there you go.
Positives.
You know, we're getting there. I appreciate you coming and sharing your thoughts, Joyce.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. That's Joyce Chiravalo, 4th gen producer at Chiravalo Orchards. And also to you, Danielle. Thank you so much for your
Stacey.
time.
Thanks so much. And thanks for being our MC today. You've been wonderful.
Oh,
so
thank you.
It's always a pleasure.
No, absolutely. Danielle is the General Manager of Marketing at Foodland Supermarkets. It is 7 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. After 4 o'clock, Rowie and Timmy G with the Sports Show. Stephen Rowe, I think you're there. Hello.
Well, happy International Women's Day, Stacey. The most important and significant people in my life. My mother I adore, my nanny, my wife of 32 years marriage, my daughter who's given me a little grandson. What would we do without you? Be beautiful women.
That's beautiful, Rowie. Thank you.
Well, it's true. Hey, opening round, Sydney beat Melbourne tonight. Lions will take on Carlton. Going to cover that with Scotty Camporeale. He's in the chair for Timmy G. Timmy G does cashies, like big ones, and when there's a significant one, he takes a day off. So we'll cover all of that with Treaders. We'll have your calls. We've got that Benzina scooter in here, thanks to Steinborner. And one day I'll take you for a fang on that. I'll double dink you around the block.
I'd love that. We can go do Manies up King Will. That'd be great.
Do what?
We can go past Parliament. Manies.
What's
you know,
a Manie?
It's I think that was it Summer Heights High? Remember that parody show? Anyway, it drives down the main street. Driving down the main street, doing a manie.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Rowie, that's up your alley. You do a manie all the time.
Well, I didn't even know what the term was. I thought you didn't know what fanging was, double dinking on the back of the old Benzina. But anyway, we'll get on the same page.
I know what a double dinky is.
You have a lovely day and a lovely long weekend, Stacey. See you Tuesday.
Thank you, Rowie. I'll see you then. And you, thank you so much. I will talk to you Tuesday. It is almost time for me to get out of here, but I just want to say thank you very much to those who have celebrated International Women's Day with us here on 5AA. It's been a beautiful afternoon, and as I said at the outset, it is a really important day that we do need to pause and celebrate, and that's why we wanted to make it special here on 5AA. We have so many important women in our state, in our country, and around the world doing amazing things, and yes, we still have a way to go to achieve equality, but we are getting there and we are making progress. So days like this are super, super important. Thank you to everyone who has sent in a text or to everyone who has called in to join the conversation. Your contribution means absolutely everything on days like this, and I cannot thank you enough. Also, just a thanks to the team that make it happen. Josh, Charlie, Gaz, Jono back in the studio, and thank you to everyone for the setup and allowing this to happen. It is time for me to get out of here. Have a great long weekend, everyone. I will talk to you on Tuesday.
G'day, it's Dan's.
G'day, I'm Johnny. Hi, my name's Belinda, and I listen to 5AA with the 5AA Player app.
Out in the shed working on either cars or